on to the last segment and story. And honestly, it feels like there have been a lot of arrivals, debuts, people leaving for one promotion to another. And this is kind of a roundup of all the latest returns and people leaving. And I think I want to start with Tommaso Ciampa, who left WWE, and I think it was like what he had a match on SmackDown a week before, and then a week later he shows up on Dynamite in his best Count Dracula cape or whatever you want to call it. He got the little cape on the hood
Psycho
with his
killer,
name.
bro.
Yeah, Psycho Killer. That's interesting. Um, an interesting name, and then also in terms of direction, I mean, talk about hitting the ground running. They already made him TNT or TBS, TNT, TNT
TNT.
champion. Yeah, and beat Mark Briscoe, kissed him on the cheek, which was interesting. I don't know what that is, if that's his like signature. Is it like a kiss of death type thing?
Sure,
But
just like a
yeah,
welcome to the big leagues, homie kiss.
Yeah. Good night.
should have done tongue then. Like, what are we doing here? So yeah, I mean, he confronted Mark Briscoe, won his title in his first match on Collision, and yeah, I mean, Ciampa was in WWE for a decade. Chris, does it feel right seeing him in AEW, or does it feel like now Johnny Gargano is a man without a country in WWE?
No, I think it was the right move because I feel like he would have just been jobbing to like Brock Lesnar or somebody at this point because they didn't have anything for him, and he's definitely a talented wrestler. So I think jumping to AEW guaranteed he had something more for him because like Gargano and Champa, like they tried to like make him solo, and that didn't work. They put him as tag teams again, and that was cool for like a second, and then there was like nothing. So I mean, he saw the writing on the wall, so he's like, "I'm out of here, bitch."
Yeah,
And that was
I
his
mean,
indie
they all
gimmick, Psycho
what?
Killer, and he walked out to that song.
Oh yeah. I mean, like they offered him a contract, but he just didn't want to sign it. He just said, "I'm going to go to AEW." So it was his own personal choice to uh, jump ship, and I mean, it paid off because he's champion already. Something that he really wasn't in his main roster career. David, how do you feel about Ciampa jumping ship to AEW?
I think it's good for him. AEW crowd fits him better.
Hmm.
Uh, he's been in WWE for 10 years, so it's like he's at I think it's like he's one of those definitely one of those wrestlers where it's like he's made his money, so just like let him do what he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that for him, Matt Cardona, similarly, now
Yeah.
he doesn't have to like really hustle on the indies. He gets a pretty damn good paycheck, gets to work with his wife, tour the world, go back where like wrestle for the company that he clearly still loves. Like he really wanted to be in WWE, I think.
Yeah.
So you know, he's doing pretty well for himself. Um, yeah, good for Champa. I mean, we'll see how long he's going to be champion. But I mean, yeah, his presentation was awesome. It's great that they made him a big deal immediately out of the gate, and I'm looking forward to Champa just kicking ass and taking names over in AEW. And of course, AEW had their own person jumping ship in the form of uh, Powerhouse Hobbs, now Royce Keys. We talked a little bit about it earlier in our Royal Rumble segment, but he made his debut at the Rumble under Royce Keys. And apparently, there were some reports that suggested that Tony Khan offered him a massive 5-year main event level deal to stay, but he chose to jump ship. So that's an interesting fact. And then, I mean, David, what do you think? WB rebranded him as Royce Keys. Does the name change matter? Like, if they keep his like powerhouse presentation, he's got the look similarly, or do you feel like is I mean, it must be like his decision, right? Because I think the name change was based on his family names, unless they
Yeah.
told him to be to not be Powerhouse Hobbs anymore.
I I mean, it appears they had the choice because they displayed the name on the screen. They didn't
Hmm.
do that. They didn't do that with Starks. They didn't
That's
do that
true.
with Mariah May.
Yeah, they just came
Yeah.
out. They're like, I'm Blake Monroe. Or they
Right.
didn't even say their name. Or for Ricky Saints, they didn't say his name for a bit. They're
Yeah.
just talking about him in like the
It's
third
him.
person. Or yeah, it's that guy. Who's that guy?
We know who that is.
Yeah, exactly. Basically. And that I think at the time I was joking that they were probably working through like trademark issues or some kind of copyright BS, and that's why they were trying to avoid saying his name.
Uh,
But yeah, I mean Royce Keys, I mean it's just a good way to separate yourself from AEW. It makes yourself look like a new person. You don't get the visual baggage of maybe what you were known for in
right.
AEW. And especially for Powerhouse Hobbs, I mean, like he had some success, but I think he felt like there was a lot left to be desired, and he thinks that he can find it in WWE. I mean,
Look at all his
now,
friends
yeah,
there.
yeah, I mean,
It makes sense to bet on yourself.
that's true. I mean, Cody Rhodes did it. Natty's doing it right now.
Punk,
What do you, but CM Punk? I mean,
Gargo,
what do you
Page.
think? What do you think is gonna happen to Hobbs like going forward? Do you think he's going to be on NXT or he's going to be on the main roster? Follow a similar pattern to Blake Monroe and Ricky Saints.
I think he should be straight to the main. Not that the
I
other three
yeah,
shouldn't have, but I think I think he'll fit in the bet like the most right away compared to the others.
I think so too. And I mean, the fact that he was in the Rumble, I mean, Javon Evans was too, but I mean, I think he's basically a main roster person at this point. Sol Ruka was still technically an NXT person, but these are people who they're like clearly saying, yes, you are going to be on Raw or SmackDown. It's just a matter
Yeah,
of which one. Same thing with Obafemi. So I think the fact that they had him, like he could have debuted on NXT like
right.
Blake Monroe, but they had him show up on the biggest PLE, one of the biggest PLEs of the year. I mean, I think he's just going to be straight on the main roster. But I think when it comes to like what he's actually going to do, like where they're going to put him, I'm not sure. I think they will start him with like a mid card title, like the US or the Intercontinental. But what do you think? Where are they going to push him?
I think he will find like a notable mid card feud that might not need a belt.
Brock
Just something
Lesnar.
Like
notable.
like not Randy Orton, but like a Randy Orton like level
Brock Lesnar. I
wrestler.
mean, maybe they put him up against Obafemi.
Right. Or
Two big
Cody.
giant dudes.
Me.
Yeah, I mean that I think that'd be interesting to do like a Cody Rhodes, just have
Punk.
that kind of like AEW in the rear view, kind of
Alumni.
cloud kind of hovering over it, like it's implied in your promos and that kind of stuff. I mean, you people would be lying if they said that that wouldn't be fascinating to just see on a WWE television AEW wrestlers or former AEW wrestlers having a promo.
He wrestled Punk on a Rampage, on an early
Yeah,
Rampage.
yeah. I mean, like I feel like there's a bunch of possibilities. They could, I guess, throw him in a feud with Punk, but I think they're gonna wait. I think they already have plans for WrestleMania set, so I mean, they could always change. Chris, what do you think? What do you want Royce Keys to do? Where do you see him on the roster?
Raw is Royce. Or something like
Ross
that.
Royce. Yeah, why not? I mean, a lot of people
Monday
could
Night
use that.
Royce.
Yeah.
I think he definitely deserves to be on the main roster for sure. He's got the talent. He's got the experience. He's a big dude.
Yeah, I think he's as old as us. Slightly, Slightly older by a couple months. I think he was born like earlier 91, but yeah, man. He's had success. He has a lot of experience. So I think just throwing him in the main roster just makes sense. And I feel like they need more guys like him, giant buff dudes on the
Me,
roster.
Me,
Meat, yeah, just meat mania.
I mean Rusev. I bet Rusev will be his first feud.
that
Yeah, I
makes
mean,
sense.
they
Nice
got
and
to give him
easy.
something. Yeah. Both also former AEW. They
Yeah,
could
they had
kind of
that
dance around
match.
that.
At Wembley,
Yeah, exactly.
no, they beat
Run
up
it,
Simon Miller.
run it back. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Bring in Simon Miller too.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Simon Miller in some form, but maybe they just like him too much to be a media personality talking about them instead of actually working for them under the umbrella. That's my thought, anyway. And of course, this is another shakeup, and she's not going anywhere, at least for now. But Ava departed NXT, and as of January 31st, she confirmed she officially left WWE after her contract expired. And I think she is probably the most successful young general manager in history. I don't think that's embellishing or making stuff up because I mean, say what you will about her. I think that she had a successful on-screen career as a general manager.
And
Um,
she launched them on TV.
yeah, I mean, technically, I'm sure she's obviously just in kayfabe. Yeah, she put him on TV.
No, I mean like in the sense that she was the GM when they
Yeah, when
debuted
they
on
were.
TV. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
she's there forever now.
yeah, and yeah. I mean, I believe her real name is Simone Johnson, if I'm not
Yep.
mistaken. So I mean, she leaves the business, the family business at 24, which is crazy that she's only 24 years old. Um, who takes that spot? Who takes the GM role? Do we go back to William Regal? And maybe this will all be moot after it comes out and they explain it on Tuesday. But what do you guys think? Let's pretend we're Nostradamus. Who takes over that role? Or maybe AJ Styles just shows up. He's like, hey guys, Jericho here. I'm the new general manager.
Yeah,
AJ Styles.
maybe
What do you
Jericho
think?
Appreciation Society and he's gonna put Hobbs in it again.
That'd be so funny.
Like
But what
throw
about
Cody
like,
in there.
yeah. Well, let's stick with Ava, and then we could talk about Jericho and AJ
Mark Henry.
Styles. Mark Henry as GM. I mean, why not? Or maybe fucking
They could go back to it's
Bubba
time
Bubba Ray.
For the
for the
main event.
main. Hey,
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, why not? Just Booker T's there. Have Devon or one of them show up. Bubba Ray be a GM. Just something a little more
anonymous
chaotic.
GM.
Yeah, bring back the anonymous GM for a
Uh,
day. Maybe just do a
Weekly.
rotating thing. Somebody new every time. So yeah, I mean, I think it'll probably be maybe William Regal in the meantime. I think it'd be cool if it was Mark Henry or maybe some Attitude Era guy. Maybe Shawn Michaels just becomes the on-screen person for now. And I don't think he'd be opposed. But yeah, so best of luck to Ava. Great job with everything you've done and what you've said on the internet. Kudos to you. And then we have also Chad Gable, the real or the original El Grande Americano, showed up at the Rumble. Speaking of another return, he had a long-term injury. And I mean, this is also one where the crowd wasn't as excited either for.
That should have been an erupt. That should have been freaking Stone Cold. That glass
That should
shatter,
have been
bro.
glass shatter pop right
Yeah,
there.
dude.
Like, talk about a missed opportunity. But yeah, I mean, they kind of fell a bit flat. I mean, how do you guys feel about Chad Gable coming back as El Grande Americano instead of Chad Gable?
I mean, the Spider-Man point meme was pretty peak.
I mean, that's got to be the story, right? Like they're just gonna be feuding with each other to WrestleMania.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna be a Mania 2 or Night 2 match, or maybe Night 1
I mean,
Opens night two.
for the
how do you
mask.
explain? How do you explain? Let's say not Chad Gable because he has a backstory about
Ludwig.
why yeah. How did Ludwig Kaiser get into a luchador mask? Like, why would
He
he do
went to the store. That's all.
that? I mean, I guess you could literally just make up anything,
That'd be
but
awesome writing, right? Like, why'd you do it? Just at the store. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, it was also like Brie Bella, which is another one I guess we can touch on briefly, but yeah, Brie mode. I know people say shit on that theme song, but I think it's fun. Like,
Don't put auto tune on our mode so we hit them for the actual release.
in post.
Damn
I
T-Pain in
think
here.
that would be cool. So yeah, I mean, like they said Brie or Dan Bryan said she went out for some soy milk or whatever and ended up in Saudi Arabia for some reason.
They got
I guess
that there.
they didn't have soy milk around the corner convenience store. She had to fly to Saudi Arabia. But yeah, I guess Chad Gable. I think he's just gonna be. It'll be like a mask versus mask at night one or night two of WrestleMania. That seems to make the most sense, unless they put it on like a AAA show, which is possible. But I think that'd be fun to see at WrestleMania. And of course, like Brie Bella, I think the only reason she came back is because they're gonna probably win the tag titles. Like they put them back together to win the tag titles. Because where else would you see Brie Bella? Do you think she's gonna feud with Nikki again, like heel versus heel? I don't
God,
think
I
so.
hope not. That'll be the day I stop
Women's champ.
watching.
And Nikki Bella she was in the match, wasn't she, or was she not? Am I crazy?
Yeah, she was in there. That twin magic.
Yeah, so like isn't she a heel? Like that was a pretty baby face type of move. So do you think Daniel Bryan's gonna show up in WWE because his wife is now in WWE?
Nah.
No.
Maybe he's the new GM on NXT
Yeah,
since
right.
he's retired. Although I still think he has some stuff in his contract. I mean, he says he really loves AEW and wants to help it grow, so maybe they'll just keep their work life separate and not work
He
together.
he belongs in AEW.
He's an
He does
indie
feel
man.
he does feel like an AEW guy. Like if you say
They
he's an AEW guy, like that's what I would think
I mean,
of.
Ring of Honor is right
they treat
there.
him like royalty, Like
Hmm.
not that WWE did it, but
Yeah, I mean they gave him. Well, I mean he was multi-time world champion and through, of
he's
course, like
even
no fault of his own, had to retire.
yeah, I mean even like Team Hell No, he's top higher up on the card.
Yeah,
It's
he
not
was
like
a
he didn't get
constant.
TV time.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think Brie Bella is just they need more women's tags, and that is like an obvious tag team that existed, and they just had nothing to fight for together. So now that they are in a company that has women's tag titles, I think they're gonna give them the strap at WrestleMania. That just makes the most sense to me. All right, and then we have so AJ Styles. I think I wanted to just briefly touch on it. I don't want to do too much speculation because maybe something will change, but let's assume he is retired after losing to Gunther at the Rumble. Do you think there's any slight chance that this is like a Mark Henry in his pink jacket situation, doing his Oscar nominated retirement speech? Or what do you think happens with AJ Styles?
It's done. Over.
Does he do anything outside of the ring? Do you think he's still involved in WWE in some form or fashion?
Yeah. I'm sure he'll either report to the performance center and be a coach or
He's the new NXT
be a
GM.
be a producer. If he doesn't do any of those, I'm sure he'll just relax for a little while and then eventually find his way back in some type of developmental role.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think?
I mean, it could go either way. I'm low key, I guess, hopiuming that he shows up in AEW or at least like a TNA or something like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I think he is actually retired. It doesn't really make sense to immediately go back on that when you put your career on the line and then you're just like, just kidding. I'm not retired. So we'll see. I mean, Raw and SmackDown are just around the corner. And then, of course, I think the last thing I want to touch on before we end this episode is Jericho. I mean, because Jericho was a big conversation. People, and of course, like this is also people hyping themselves up and, manifesting this. It's not like there was necessarily any kind of inkling that he was going to show up in a WWE ring, but people were disappointed that he didn't show up at the Rumble. And of course, his image is still on the AEW roster, so people think maybe he's still under contract. How do you feel about Jericho not showing up, and where does he go from here, if anywhere?
Wherever he wants, baby.
Where
See
do
you
you
at the
think he
United
should go?
Center.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to show up at the Chamber.
In the bin.
It just seems to make. I mean, okay. It seems to make the most sense. I'm also creating my own reality here, but purely based on his debut was in Chicago, interrupting The Rock, of course. He had the whole countdown. And yeah, it would make sense that, hey, I'm at the United Center in Chicago. I don't know who he'd interrupt, but like it could be literally anybody or anything. Like they just plopped CM Punk in at the end of Survivor Series. He wasn't in any matches. He just showed up. Theme song hit, trademark, all rights reserved, end show. So could be United Center. If you see his Fozzy tour, it actually ends a week before the Elimination Chamber. He has a UK tour that he's doing in February, and he has nothing that last week in February. So maybe, am I reading tea leaves? Maybe, but I think
Opium.
that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's me smoking that good opium. David, so you said United Center. Chris, you say doesn't matter, wherever he wants.
To the bin.
To the you don't want him anywhere.
In an obituary, boy. Nah.
That's that's a promo clip right there. Jesus Christ. Can't talk about Y2J like that.
Rest in peace.
I was seeing him in the face.
They're going against Taker.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what Chris is saying. He's just saying he wants him against the dead man. So nobody, Chris, not something actually realistic, not a vague threat.
I mean, would be cool to see him. I want to hear Judas in WWE. That's the only reason I want him there. Gotta hear Judas.
I think the song is okay, but I still think his original Jericho song is just so much better. I'm sorry.
Gotta
I
be
think it'd be
Judas.
I think it'd be cool to see because it just feels like I'm watching an AEW PLE or show. But I don't know if you come back in WWE, like Break the Walls Down is just so fucking iconic to just do Judas. I don't know. But that would be cool, I guess. Or maybe do some weird hybrid.
The countdown, but then when the
Countdown into
Judas.
Judas.
Yeah, because I mean, like they're big on these singable theme songs. Like his his theme song isn't like singable. It's like, I mean, it's like essentially a rap, but yeah, I would say Judas would be the arena shaker for sure.
Arena Rack.
Cock
True.
rock.
I guess we'll see.